as I say, it's amazing in the chat to see how many people from different countries are here. This is one of the very special things about this amazing company, PMInternational. As I say, today, truly a very, very international event. You've already heard a little bit from me, but I think it's proper that the first word really comes from the guy who's responsible for all this. His name is Rolf Sorg, and this is his vision.
Diese Idee, Prävention, Menschen helfen zu können, gesund zu bleiben, ein gesünderes Leben zu leben, fand ich faszinierend. Und diese Faszination hat mich auch nicht mehr losgelassen. Und ich habe nach Vision für mich gewählt, die Chance, die wertvollsten Produkte Erhalt und zur Förderung der Gesundheit in den Markt zu tragen. Und ich bin damals auf Direktvertrieb gestoßen und fand schon damals die Idee faszinierend. Diese Möglichkeit, sich die Zeit frei einzuteilen, selbstständig zu sein, ohne großes Risiko. Keiner fragt danach, ob ich jetzt Mann, Frau, wie jung ich bin, ob ich gerade Studium angefangen habe, welche Ausbildung ich vorher hatte. Es gibt wirklich jedem eine Chance, egal aus welchem finanziellen oder sozialen Hintergrund man gerade kommt. Und es zahlt leistungsbezogen. Also KölnerListe ist ein Unternehmen, das ich geplant habe, nicht nur für uns, sondern auch für unsere Kinder und für die Generation, die danach kommt. Ein Unternehmen, das sich die Zielsetzung gesetzt hat, die innovativsten und wertvollsten Produkte zur Förderung der Gesundheit, Schönheit und Fitness in den Markt zu tragen. Und das weltweit. Es geht vor allen Dingen um Lebensinhalt. Es geht um Lebensfreude, es geht um Lebenslust und es geht um Lebensqualität. Das sind die Werte, für die es sich wirklich lohnt. Die höchste Qualität, das innovativste. Das Geschäftsmodell Network Marketing ethisch, richtig geradlinig leben und auf die nächste Generation übertragen. Ich helfe Menschen mit dem Produkt für ein gesünderes Leben, ein erfüllteres Leben. Ich helfe ihnen mit dem Geschäftsmodell für Zusatzeinkommen, mehr Lebensfreiheit, mehr Spaß im Leben. Und das ist schon die ganze Idee.
Yeah, that is pretty much the whole idea. So everything that I'm going to be talking about in the next half an hour, really we've just heard there in a nutshell from this man, Rolf Sorg. And I can remember the first time hearing his vision, hearing his message, and having goosebumps, even though it was the first time I'd heard it, because so much resonated with me and what I see as important in life. And I think this is very important to recognize him as a visionary. And it's not often in life that one comes across these people when they have these amazing goals, which so many people can connect with, that it makes it very easy to follow them. We see there his vision, and not just his vision, our vision, something which the people involved with PMInternational will share and go along with. And in this first part, we're going to find out a little bit more about this amazing company, PMInternational. And here we see Rolf Sorg, again, this time alongside his wife, Vicky. And we're going to find out a little bit more about Vicky later on as well. But we see straight away a family company. A company that's been operating for close on 28 years now in Germany and worldwide. A company that's very stable and very, very successful. We see here a couple of the awards that PMInternational has earned over time. Hugely well recognized within its own specific area and broader as well, within Germany, internationally. Of these particular awards here, the two which really stood out for me, first of all, the one on the left, that was the 13th ranking in the Direct Selling News Global 100. And we're not just talking about 100 companies, actually we're talking about 22,000 companies in the area of direct sales. And in 2020, the position of 13th was based upon the results of 2019. Now, given the amazing results of 2020, a 54% increase on the year before, I think we're going to see a much higher place from the 22,000 again. And the top innovator, a company which is continuously improving looking always to give the very best, the development of new products and the improvement of existing ones. As I said, a very stable company as well. And here we see again some certifications that has been awarded to PM International over time. Dun & Bradstreet, for those who don't know, are a company which measures the financial health of companies and banks, etc. And PM International has a AAA, so more healthy than most banks worldwide. World Vision, we're going to come on to a little bit later on as well, which is very, very reassuring, especially in this current situation, in this current global climate, to know that one is associated with a very, very financially stable and secure and sensible company. Now, as we've seen this evening, a very international Zoom meeting and a very international company, all the way across the world with 4 headquarters as well. We can see them here, the international operation running from Luxembourg, just a little bit further south there in Europe, in Germany and Speyer, for the European operation, for the Asia Pacific, in Singapore, all the way across to the west in Sarasota, Florida, for the Americas operation. And on this next slide, we can see on the red marks there the headquarters that I've just mentioned. What we also see here is the global presence of PM International. The darker countries, where we already have a very strong and stable foothold, the market leader in several of those countries, and well on the way to being the market leader in several more. Now, the countries which are a little bit lighter blue are the countries where we're in the pre-opening phase. That's where the UK, for example, has been the current situation, has put opening plans a little bit on ice, but it's very exciting to know there are so many new countries which PM International will be operating. And the lighter blue countries are also countries where I can still purchase the products for myself. These amazing products which we're going to find out a little bit more about in a few slides. But for me, for example, an Englishman living here in Germany, I think it's amazing that I can have a global business. I have team partners ranging from Hong Kong and Indonesia to Mexico and Brazil, with the European people in the middle. I love meeting people of new backgrounds and cultures, learning about their experiences, learning more about myself in the process. And the amazing thing is that I could decide one day to go back to the UK, to move to South America, and I can take everything I'm doing with me. There are no restraints. So we've seen a very successful company, a very well-recognized company, and also a number of reasons why we're so well-recognized is that behind everything that we're doing is a huge amount of competencies. Here we see some of the members of our scientific advisory board, led at the top there at 12 o'clock on that wheel by Dr. Tobias Kühne. Now, sometimes one will encounter companies and firms across the world where they have people associated with them, but it might just be names on a piece of paper, people who have lended their profile to the company, but they're not people who play an active role. That's not the case here. These experts, these absolute legends in their areas, are very much involved in the ongoing activity of PM International. And they do have a range of specifications and qualities as well. Anja Wunder at the bottom for cosmetic. Thorsten Weber for the sport area. On the left-hand side, Dr. Abile, someone who knows about rules and regulations in the countries when it comes to nutritional supplements. Also here, the amazing cooperation with the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology and the University of Applied Sciences of Upper Austria. Now, the special thing about this is that it means that together through this cooperation, we're able to stay streets ahead of the game in the development of new products, the improvement of existing products, using this expert knowledge for the best results of the people who then come into contact with the products. And the amazing thing as well is, for me, I am no expert in this area, but I know who the experts are. And if I want to contact them with a specific question, I'm able to do so and receive an answer. Now, I mentioned Vicky Zorg earlier, and here we see her again. And we also see here our cooperation with World Vision. Now, this is something which touches a huge amount of people. World Vision, I'm sure many people have known about, do a huge amount of good worldwide, especially looking after children, and through this, the sponsored children, which people as individuals can have as a concern. Now, PMInternational is the world's largest partner company with World Vision, with, as you can read here, 3,000 sponsored children. And what's amazing is thinking about the ripple effect as well. So not just the children whose lives are improved, but their families, the communities in which they live. And here we can see, for example, Vicky visiting one of those communities to see the amazing work that's going on to ensure that the money is going to the places where it should be going for the very best results. So we've seen an amazingly well-run company, a very successful company, a very intelligent company, a company also with a huge heart. And what makes this company so successful? Well, now I want to come on to the FitLine products. And there is a huge range of products, ranging from, on the left-hand side here, for example, nutritional supplements, moving across the middle there to weight management, and then to the right-hand side, the cosmetic, the beauty products, looking after the body to the best possible way from inside and outside. Now, we live in a time where we see more and more and more varieties of nutrition support, of fitness support, of beauty supports. The question will, of course, be, okay, why FitLine? What makes it so special? I'm going to come on to that in a second. Some of the three things to take away. What makes it different? It's premium. PM meaning premium, and premium, best results, highest quality and maximum safety. And we see some confirmations of these results, quality and safety, through those four shields that you see here on the screen. Now the results with the NTC, I'm going to come on to that in the next slide. The safety we see on the KölnerListe, the list which shows which products are safe for sports people to use. We're going to come on to that a little bit later on as well. And the highest quality. Now this can especially be seen here through the GMP and the TÜV standards. Now GMP, although it's English words, good manufacturing practice, this is something which I must admit was alien to me before I came into contact here with this amazing concept. Now GMP is normally a pharmaceutical standard for checking the quality of products. It's not something which a company needs to have. It's a sign from PMInternational of the assurance in the quality of their products. And to imagine the standard of GMP, if you imagine walking into your local supermarket and you see the normal, let's say, fruit and vegetable produce, and then you see the bio products, and they cost a little bit more, so we know, okay, they're a bit more cared for, there's less bad things going on with them. Then, for example, you walk through the supermarket a bit more and you find the baby nutritional products. Now, this standard is even higher than the bio. We'd hope this for our little people as well. So the baby nutritional standards, much higher than bio, and even higher than the baby nutritional standards comes now GMP. So we're talking about the most quality that one can have from products. Very, very, very stringently and well checked. And every FitLine product is created in a facility which adheres to these GMP standards. Made in Germany was something which, as a foreigner, always meant a great deal to me. Quality assurance, reliability, functionality. And we see this definitely through the products. TÜV as well. Now, TÜV is something which, when I first came here in Germany, I suddenly saw everywhere. On cars, in elevators. And if something had this TÜV seal of approval, you knew it was safe. You know it's been regulated. And it is regulated independently from the company where this sticker will appear. And it's the same with the FitLine products. They are independently regulated by TÜV. On one of the products, for example, here you can see a QR code. If you were to scan this, you'd be taken to the TÜV website to receive a completely independent overview of the products. Again, it's not something which companies need to do, and in many ways you're opening yourselves up, but because of the quality assurance of PMInternational with the products, they're happy to do this. Now, I've mentioned the best results, the NTC, and this is what sets the FitLine products apart from anything else in the market. I'm always very, very impressed when someone comes to me and they mention that they are using nutritional supplements. They recognize that there are some gaps in their life and they need to fill these gaps. The sad reality is that for the most products out there in nutritional supplement, one is talking about a bioavailability of between maybe 10 and 20%. So let's say 15%. That means 15% of the nutrients are reaching the parts of the body where they should be. The other 85% is simply passing through the body, which means that we're having very healthy toilets and our body's not as healthy as they could be. The nutrient transport concept ensures that the nutrients inside the FitLine products reach the parts of the body when they're needed, where they're needed. And where do we need them? At the cellular level, from inside and outside. And this is a patented concept. Again, it's something which has been regulated and checked, and it's not something which can be copied. So when somebody asks, well, why FitLine? The answer is the best results, and the best results are ensured through the nutrient transport concept. I mentioned earlier the CologneList, where all products are listed which are safe for sports people to use without fear of running foul of doping regulations. Currently, over 1,000 sports people, professional and amateur, use the FitLine products. Here we can see 3 examples of people who may not be household names, but in their fields, they are real experts, people who know what's very good for their bodies. There are indeed many household names, Rivaldo being one of the great footballers who's using the products. It doesn't matter if you're a world champion on the football pitch or a wushu master. If you're a professional sports person, athlete, you want to give your body the very best, the best results, the best quality, and the best safety. Behind every sports person, as well as a team of people ensuring that their clients get the very best. At the bottom as well, you see some sporting organizations who also use the FitLine products because of the results, because of the quality, and because of the safety. It's very important to emphasize that every single sports person who uses the products exactly as I do, and Alex, who's going to speak later, does. They pay for the products themselves. They're not sponsored to do so. And this is a huge confirmation for me about the quality of those products. Now, talking about those products, we're going to focus on the optimal set. Now, this is especially important, not just in the current climate, but always. It's recommended by the World Health Organization, the German Society for Nutrition, the Swiss Society for Nutrition, etc. That we should be giving our bodies between 5 and 7 portions of fruit and vegetables every day. It's about 400 grams. In the best case scenario, this should be fresh and regional and seasonal as well. Now, I don't know about you, but certainly speaking for myself, I was failing to do this. And I still struggle now, even knowing that I must. If I'm giving my body the necessary fruit and vegetables, I'm supporting my immune system, etc., etc., I wasn't able to do this. On the other hand as well, we have a second problem, that the quality of the fruit and vegetables that we buy from markets, from supermarkets, etc., has reduced dramatically over years. One can Google, after this meeting, there was a report between 1985 and 2002 measuring the reduction in the amount of, for example, potassium, calcium, magnesium, vitamin C, etc., in certain fruit and vegetables. It's really, really shocking to see that. So 2 problems. I'm not looking after my body as I should be, and the fruit and vegetables that I am giving me might not be containing the relevant nutrients that I need. So what do I need to do? I need to plug those gaps. And how do I plug those gaps? I do it with the optimal set. I'm going to close the presentation so that you can see me a little bit better. Hello again. And as it said on that slide there, the best supply mornings from the evening until the evening. And why from the morning to the evening? Well, I'm looking after my body 24/7, but that's also when I take the 2 main products of the optimal set. So I wake up every morning, I go into the kitchen, I open up this sachet here, the power cocktail, add it to a glass, add water, stir it and drink it. It's actually so simple that even I can manage that. Now here we're talking about these 400 grams, the 5 to 7 portions of fruit and vegetables in powder form going into my body and through the NTC, reach the parts of the body where it needs to go. For my immune system, for my digestion, for metabolism. And in the power cocktail, we are also including Activize. Activize is a B vitamin complex, especially good for energy, for concentration, for performance throughout the course of the day. So I'm waking up every morning, I'm giving my body everything it needs I have the safe knowledge through the NTC that I'm getting the actual parts, getting the results through that. And shortly before I go to bed, I drink this little fella here. Now this little wonder is doing his stuff while I'm sleeping. I've given my body everything it needs. My body needs to work while I'm sleeping. In the past, I used to wake up feeling more tired in the mornings than I had done before I went to bed the night before. That's not the way it should be. As the Restorate sounds, it's for regeneration, for bodily regeneration, supporting my body throughout the course of the night to differentiate between what it needs to keep, what it doesn't need to keep. It's great as well for stronger hair, skin and nails. Also, it's an alkaline product, so it reduces the over-acidification in my body, bringing back a natural pH balance. So I wake up in the morning, say good morning to my body, give it everything it needs. I say good night to my body. In between, I'm able to drink an Active Ice as well, giving myself the energy and concentration throughout the course of the day. And it's not just for me, for an adult, we also have for the children, a Power Cocktail Junior. Now, this could really be called Optimal Set Junior, because the best of the Power Cocktail and the Restorate are to be found in this little tin here. Now, I know that my parents did their very best to support my nutrition when I was younger. And for an adult to know that they can give their kid everything they need for their bodily development. Kids have the same needs as adults do, and also the same gaps in their nutrition as we do, sadly. So for an adult to know I can do this, I can give my kid everything it needs, is a wonderful sense. Now, in my particular case, so just about over 2 years ago, I wasn't feeling great at all. And I assumed, okay, that's just normal, because everybody I know in my age is feeling the same way. That I was lacking energy throughout the course of the day, regularly sleeping badly, having headaches often, and my immune system being particularly weak. And the worst thing for me was that after a number of sporting injuries, my joints were aching, I wasn't as active as I loved to be, my quality of life was reduced. Then someone I trusted introduced me to this amazing concept. I trusted her, I was curious, I thought, I've got nothing to try, give it a go, and I was amazed. In a short space of time, the amazing results. So much more energy throughout the course of the day. Much more regenerative sleep, also with fewer hours, so more time for me to enjoy during the day. Headaches gone, immune system considerably better. And the best thing for me was that the joint aches improved dramatically. I was able to be active again, lost 16 kilograms. I wasn't doing great, I'm doing fantastically, and that's why I just love talking about it. But it'd be lovely for you guys not just to hear me talking this evening. I'm also going to ask Susan if she would just share her testimonial with us as well. Hello, Susan.
Hello, Ian. I started using FitLine products, I suppose, about 2 years ago. They were recommended to me by my son, who's not a million miles away from here. And I could hear the difference in Ian's voice. He was very enthusiastic about these products, and he kept saying how good they were and encouraging me, his mum, and his dad to take them. And in the end, I started taking them. Really, I was very skeptical. I started taking them to keep him quiet because I thought, I'll give it a go. And after about a month, I'll say, well, it works for you, but it didn't work for me, and maybe because you're younger. Anyway, so I started taking the optimal set. And after about 10 days, I began to think, this is actually, I feel different. And the only way I could say is my body felt less sluggish. I hope you can understand that word. But I did have more energy, but it was more, I felt like I was just lighter. And I didn't say too much. And then after a while, another week or so, my husband said, those things are making a difference, aren't they? And I say, yeah, they actually are making a difference. So I've used them since then. My husband uses them as well now. And I would have said I do have, a healthy diet. But one thing I hadn't been aware of, and I have through some of these talks, is how much the vitamin and mineral content of a lot of our fruit and vegetables has deteriorated over the years. So I thought I was getting a pretty balanced diet, but there's definitely was room for improvement. And I'm very committed to these products now. And I use the new one that has come out recently, the 50 plus. And yeah, I would not want to not be using them. a lot of it I found was quite subtle, because I had been using them for about 4 or 5 months, and I suddenly realised I used to get migraines about at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. And I hadn't changed anything else in my diet, and I knew my migraine triggers, so I try and avoid too much chocolate, too much different things. But I suddenly thought, I haven't had a migraine in months and months and months. And I have not had a migraine since I started using these products. So I can't say they're a cure for migraines. All I can say is for my body, they're helping me. And also my general fitness. This is a bad time of the year for me for colds, sinusitis. But for the last 2 years, I have not had sinusitis. I know at the moment it's different. We're all keeping apart and using masks. So I'm aware that levels of flu and cold have gone down. But before that, it was really, looking back, I found myself thinking, do you know, I haven't needed antibiotics this January. I haven't had sinusitis this winter. And FitLine's the only thing that's changed in my life. So I'm very happy I tried them. I was very sceptical, but I'm very happy and and keep on using them, obviously.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as I mentioned earlier, there's nothing better for a parent to know that they can be looking after their kids. And I can say as well, turning it around, there's nothing better for a son to know that his parents are feeling better than they have done for years. It's a very special feeling. What's very, very important also to emphasize is we're not talking about any medicinal products here. We're not talking about some kind of miracle potion. We're simply talking about giving our bodies the vitamins, the minerals, and the nutrients that the body needs. The body is the miracle. We're looking after our body, and our body can produce absolute wonders. So thanks again for sharing that. And round about the same time that I became introduced to the products, I was beginning to ask myself a number of questions in my life about what do I particularly want? Where's everything going right now for me? Am I looking forward to my future? How long do I want to work for the rest of my life? Is what I'm doing really a passion for me? And do I have enough time and money for my particular goals and dreams and wishes? And it was very good to know around about the same time I encountered these products, also to encounter the opportunity attached with them. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. You may already have been introduced a little bit to our marketing plan for the person who introduced you this evening. I'm not going to go into great depth, but here you will see a bit of an overview about how it's structured with different levels. And here we can see as well from those levels the average monthly income. Now I know there's a huge range of nationalities here this evening. I've used pounds simply for having one symbol. But you can then equate those to the relevant countries. And what we're talking about here as well is not just like a one-off monthly income. When the business is operating properly, and we'll come on to that in a minute, then we're talking about residual income, passive income. Building that up from the manager to the presence team with these monthly incomes continuously coming in. In some ways, it's like when one builds a house. It takes time, it takes effort. Build the foundations, the walls, the roof, etc. And after a time, the house is finished. And then you're able to rent out the rooms and gain the income for the hard work. And so is the similar scheme here. As I said, the person who introduced you this evening will happily go into that into more detail. Looking at some of the levels here, we see, for example, international marketing manager with an average monthly income of between £800 and £1,000. And at this level as well, not just the monthly income, but also some amazing incentives, some real business builders from the company to support the people who are involved. A training program to continuously develop one's knowledge. Holiday program. PMInternational pay for all people at the level of international marketing manager and above to go away for a week's holiday. On one hand, it's a great chance to let the hair down and have fun. On the second hand as well, a beautiful chance to network and interact with people perhaps with whom one has only had social contact, social media contact, to learn from these people, to exchange. Absolutely wonderful opportunity in a BMW car program as well, not just for business use, for FitLine use, for personal use as well, and a pension program, perhaps more important now than ever to be planning for the future, and PMInternational supports this as well. Now, we said earlier about the products, that they work, that there are results. It's great as well always to see that the business side of things works as well. And here are a number of friends of mine from Hanover with their FitLine, with their PM cars. It's a wonderful confirmation of the success of the business. And somebody else who is driving a FitLine car and who is going to share his business story with us is Christoph. Hello, Christoph.
What's up? Hope you can hear me well. All right. So, hi guys, my name is Chris. I'm 32 years old. I'm married, living with my wife here in Hanover in Germany. The second baby is on its way. So, with a dog as well, we are a pretty normal family, I would say. And I used to be in retail management for around about 10 years, but working 50 hours, 6 days a week, early shifts, late shifts. That didn't really fit into my vision of life, of family life especially. So I was looking for opportunities. 8 years ago, I first got introduced to network marketing, but I didn't even listen to it. I was not open. It was not the right time for me. So 3 years ago, I was completely open. I was curious what it is about. So we decided to check different companies to see what we go for. And PMInternational was the one who just gave us the best feeling after we got those information you guys are just listening to. So we were trying the products, and after a few days, we were already amazed by the results. And even though I wasn't the biggest fan of supplements at all, I thought I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm sporty, so nothing I need. But I also felt results in terms, especially now long term, with the immune system, with my fitness level, with my energy, with my sleep, which is amazing. So yeah, after that, we decided to inform all the peeps we know around here, and invited them to our bi-weekly presentations. So we just started to informing people and gaining the first customers and team partners as well. And yeah, we were able to work towards our first resilient income of around about 300 to 500 euro, both of us. And that led us to this opportunity to reduce hours in our main jobs. So my wife reduced hours. I was able to quit retail management, working now a smooth office job, less paid, but definitely less hours, less stress, and a healthier environment for me and my family. And yeah, now we both reached the level of international marketing manager, but informing more and more people means 800 to 1,000. We just heard that for each of us per month. Also got used to the car program as well, middle of last year. So we got our first BMW as well. Small things besides this big thing time that make us very, very grateful for this opportunity, and we're looking forward what this year brings. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to witnessing your success as well. And this is the thing that amazed me, to be able to experience amazing results for my health, to feel better, and simply by sharing those results, as my mum did, as Christoph just explained as well, and to be able to profit from them. It's just absolutely amazing. So we're going to go back into the sharing of the screen again now. Yeah, thank you, Christoph. The question will be, okay, how do I go about doing this then? Well, we've seen a few times on the slides, it said simple, successful. This one still is in the German, but it's supposed to be a very simple system. Everything in life starts with a decision, as we can read here. You've made a wonderful decision, for example, to join this presentation this evening, and I congratulate you for this decision. And once one has made a decision, one normally has a good feeling. Sometimes that decision is no, sometimes the decision is yes. And let's say in this case that someone's decided, yes, do you know what? This sounds amazing. I'm very curious as well. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give these products a go. And I make a proper decision. By proper decision, I'm going to use the products properly. I'm going to take the Power Cocktail every morning. I'm going to take the Restore every evening. I'm going to see what it does to my body. And if I'm doing this, if I'm using the products properly, I'm going to generate results, and I'm going to have a testimonial to share, just as my mum just did earlier. And when the opportunity arises as well, not just to tell people about these products, but if I can, to meet with them, to drink an Active Ice, perhaps together, so they can experience as well how it tastes, and maybe also an immediate effect. This is something that we do as people automatically. If we read a good book, if we see a good film, if we eat something amazing, we tell people about it. We tell our closest friends. If we're doing something amazing for our bodies, then of course we're going to be doing the same. And if I manage to infuse 5 other people as customers or team partners to do the same as I'm doing, then, as we saw in the marketing plan, I reached the first level of manager. And this way of working, this use, talk, demo, this is what goes on and on and on. There's no difference if I'm at the first level manager, Christoph's level international marketing manager, or president's team. It's the same way of working throughout. This is the training. There's not really much more to know than that. And as I say, everything in life starts with a decision. And as I say, I think it's wonderful you're here this evening. And if you're perhaps at that stage of thinking, well, yeah, it's interesting, but it's not for me. Well, that happens sometimes. It might be a decision for later. And Christoph mentioned that he encountered network marketing before he came to a later decision for PMInternational. So for someone who says, no, well, thanks for the time this evening. It's been great to have you here. But for people who say, yes, I want to try the products, but first of all, just for myself, then we have an easy option. Again, the price is in English to say, I'm just going to use them for myself. And for the amazing price of £103.05, so we're talking about just over £3 a day, someone can give their body everything it needs for the better immune system, for the digestion, for the metabolism, for the energy, for the concentration, for the more regenerative sleep. Now, I know I've spent a lot more than £3 a day for things which were doing the opposite to my body. So to look after my body for a very, very good price is an amazing investment. And for someone who says, yeah, I want to do that, but I also want to explore these extra options as well. I also want to see this opportunity which is being presented to me. Then we have 2 possible starts. And for everybody who starts, the first order comes with the really wonderful demo bag, which you can see on the screen here and also in my hand. And in this demo bag, you receive everything that you need in order to get the business going. It's the smallest office in the world. The drinking bottle, where I can add my water, to add to my Active Ice, which we can see here, which I can then use in my beakers, so I can share a drink with someone. Brochures to explain to people about the company, about the business, everything in one bag. And as we see here, a price of £16 for something which is an amazing business starter kit, but also with which in the first month I actually make a bit of a win, because as a new team partner, whether I make the first start, the manager start, or the normal team partner start, I receive a free Active Ice, which has a value of £32.50. So effectively £16.50 win in my first month. Now for someone who says, wow, amazing, I can already think of 5 people who could do with a bit more energy. Someone who needs to have a better night's sleep, or somebody who would really value the opportunity to explore the possibility of earning an extra income. And for this person, the Manager Quick Start is the perfect way to start. With this, I received 6 optimal sets of the Power Cocktail and the Restore with these boxes inside a 30 sachets, so a month's supply. I have 1 for myself and 5 to sell on. And as you can see from the price here, within that first month, I can make a profit. If I'm serious about the business side of things, I can make a very sensible business start. And of course, the idea is that the 5 people with whom I am using this optimal set, well, they'll be generating their results and their experiences as well. And they'll also then want to do this long term. For the person who makes the quick start, the Manager Quick Start, as well as the Active Ice, they also receive a free Ultimate Young with a value of £99. Something which also produces amazing instant results. After this presentation, feel free to go onto YouTube and just search for Ultimate Young and see some amazing results, predominantly of women who use this, and after 3 minutes, their wrinkles are completely ironed out. Absolutely jaw-dropping. For somebody who says, actually, yeah, I want to start, but kind of at my own tempo, then great. Wonderful with the team partner start. That's where one receives 3 months of optimal sets up front, but pays monthly. It's a great assurance from PMInternational to say, well, here you go, everything in advance. You're saving on delivery costs. You're saving on the stress of having to pick things up or get things delivered every month. And also you're able to develop a pattern. It takes about 3 months for the body to really have a cell regeneration, for effects really to take hold. And as one can see, the optimal set there at a 20% reduction from the customer price we saw on the day before, the slide before someone has even made their steps in the business, they're being rewarded by the company. As we've seen, a very successful company. Amazing products with the best results, the highest quality, and the maximal safety. As I said earlier, when I got introduced to it, I was very curious. I trusted someone, and I made a decision. I look forward very much to hearing more about your decision in due course as well. Now, just going to start the recording. Brilliant. So now we come to the start part. I've probably talked a little bit more